computer. We're going to record these meetings again, but this time we're going to post them fully publicly, which means the meetings will have kind of an A section, which is a more casual, almost podcast style update on what's going on, how all of us are doing, and then a B section where the business goes down.
It's really the bottom of the barrel.
Are we editing them? Like, do I need to like watch?
You need to watch what you're saying.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, that's the whole point of having the B section, though.
To say all the stuff we can't say.
Once the recording ends, it's open season.
Great way to start the first one.
Wow, big energy.
Don't introduce yourselves to the public at large.
Sure.
Hi. I'm Peter, the public at large. You've seen me before, I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Hi, public at large. I'm Nima.
And I'm Luis. It's a great introduction. Lots of personal details.
Yeah, I am Oz.
Hooray! And that's actually the entire thing.
That's everyone who's here today.
Yeah, great week. Great work, everybody.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Everybody's day's been. Is my audio still shit?
A little quiet.
Yeah.
A little quiet? Okay. Is this better?
Slightly, yeah. It's good.
I can fix this.
I don't know. How's your? We already kind of asked how your day went, but for the recording,
the people need to know.
I'll reiterate. Yeah, my day's been good. Mostly focusing on school things. Went to class, and I just sold a pair of earrings, so that was really exciting. Yeah, got home. I'm eating, so I'll probably be eating on camera.
Fuck yeah!
Nice.
It's like those streamers. Also, is my audio better?
Yeah, that's much better.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I had a pitch for y'all. So since the meeting component's called the general meeting, I thought this podcast component could be called General Ketchup, because we're all just catching up,
Oh, that's cute. I like that.
And then I thought maybe each week someone could take charge and prepare a segment or something. And then for that week, that person would be General Ketchup.
Like the general.
Yeah.
Of ketchup.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
At least I don't think I've gone a week without you saying, okay, I have something to pitch.
Yeah. Since we were 15.
You guys don't like General Ketchup?
I like General Ketchup. Okay,
like
what kind of segment are we talking about? What do you guys think these segments should entail?
Okay, so like for example, I would really like to channel the vibe of like an uncomfortable class on the first day of school. Just have everybody be upset and uncomfortable throughout this experience.
It's sort of like watching a horror movie, but you have to part.
Okay, like, are we gonna have like icebreakers in this, where we ask like really weird, irrelevant questions to each other?
Yeah.
If you could be any kitchen utensil, that is actually something that got asked to me at a job interview.
I asked what animal I would be. It's weird.
What was your answer?
I chose those spoons that are for they're like those spoons with the grip on them. They're for like spaghetti.
You thought you'd be a grip spoon.
Oh.
I like it.
Be a ribbed spoon, yeah. They liked the answer because they gave me the job and then I quit after a week, because it turns out applying for a job and then getting the job as a joke isn't as fun a week later.
I've been there.
Yeah.
I don't know if it counts as a utensil, but I think I'd be that like egg-shaped hard-boiled egg timer.
A timer.
An egg timer.
You'd be a timer.
Yeah, the little bulbous egg-shaped timer.
Well, yeah, because Luis just stands in a corner and then every now and then goes, ah!
That's me.
I'd probably be like that IKEA like fake steel utensil that like looks really nice, but then like breaks at like the handle falls apart after a week, and you kind of keep it around because like you bought it. You don't really want to throw it away. It feels wasteful, but you never use it. You have nicer things that you use.
Yeah, it sounds like in a time of need though, it would be very beneficial to like have kept that.
Yeah, if you need to like scrape some shit off the bottom of a pot of milk,
And if you want to show people that you like appreciate the Swedes,
Yeah.
like, oh, you think I hate Swedish people? Because I get accused of that every day.
I was gonna say,
Um,
who's asking you?
Damn. Yeah. that's good.
Constantly.
Did you know that IKEA is technically a not-for-profit?
What's up,
And
guys?
much like IKEA, we're making millions of dollars.
It's really crazy the way they do it because, like, it is a not-for-profit, but the people who run it own the like all the marketing and the trademark, and they rent the trademark to the
Mm.
not-for-profit. So it's like a legitimate expense, but also they just get to charge themselves however much they want to charge themselves.
It's kind of spicy.
We should.
fact.
This whole thing has been working up to a massive IKEA expose.
I've never actually been to IKEA.
Really?
Really,
I gotta go.
it's a fucking
yeah.
experience. It's honestly like it's straight up like it's like you're in a different dimension.
It's one of the best.
Wow.
It's good to mention.
Yeah, it's one of the best.
It's like it depends on how long you're there. Because like first 20 minutes, you're like, wow, I'm in like Disneyland, but it's homeware. And then like after an hour, you're like, how do I get out? How do I?
After
who
one
will
of
let
these,
me out?
that sounds terrible. After one of these meetings, we should get really big to go to IKEA.
I like that idea. IKEA is like adult Toys R Us. You're just like walking around and you want everything.
That was a turning point when I realized I wanted house shit. Like I think I was like 19,
Yeah.
and before that, all I cared about was like guitars and food. And then I like when I moved out the second time, I was going to Home Sense, getting excited about duvet covers, and kind of had like a dark
I love
realization.
Home
that I,
Sense.
that
Why dark? It's such an exciting moment.
I just wasn't ready.
Oh, okay.
That's fair.
You'll love it at
That's
IKEA. IKEA is a good place for that.
I do need a new duvet cover. My dad bought me this one, and it looks like I went on a gap year in Europe. It's really bad. It's black and white, but it
Yeah,
has.
it's
It's,
like
it's one of those ones that's like London, Tokyo, Berlin.
I actually went to Panama one time, and the canal was luxuriant.
Yeah,
That's
can't
something
bring
people say,
anyone
right?
yeah.
People go to Panama. People look at the
To
canal.
peddle drugs.
Not exclusively.
That's true. It is nice there.
Oz, what kitchen utensil would you be?
You know, I'm finding that to be kind of a difficult, like, explorative question where I'll say something now, which I will in a minute, but I know that it's going to be a journey for me where I'll think about it for like the rest of the week, you know, and just be like, was it really that, or can I evolve from that? So right now I'm really feeling like an affinity to forks.
Okay.
So I'm going to
Oh,
go with
yeah.
a fork.
And you know, who's to
Classic.
say that we're only one utensil? It's really an
Right?
evolving thing having a personality.
It could be fluid.
A
maybe
utensil,
next
a
segment.
utensil fluid.
That's our first segment. We check in. What utensil are you today?
What utensil you this week? That's a great one.
Today I feel spoon.
This week, I have become spatula. I have embodied scoop. This week, or today, I wrote a paper on a paranormal dog, and that's just all of my degree. Like, if
Really?
there's one way to sum it up today, for a midterm, for like, I think like 20% of my grade, I wrote a paper on a paranormal dog.
Is this like a paranormal dog that you know intimately?
Uh,
Or like,
I don't like the emphasis on intimately.
have you known each other for quite some time?
Ghost
No, this
dog
is-
sex.
Whoa, not that kind of intimate, unless. Like,
This is the
This
part
is
where I
a-
ask if I get to watch where it's
We do a segment where we talk about bestiality every week. No, this is not a dog I know intimately or otherwise. We heard a report about a dog named Jazzy that died, but then like a bunch of mysterious circumstances happened around Jazzy's death. Like the day the dog died, like all the dogs on the block started like all of them started barking like really loudly during the night. And then you know, it was fucking wild. So 3 years later, at that same house, a dog that looked exactly like Jazzy, like same mix, was in their yard, and its name was also Jazzy. It lived up island, so it had run away all the way from up island down to Victoria, and it was born like the same year that the original Jazzy died.
Oh, is this like some reincarnation?
Right. I mean,
I
that's
thought
what
you
they
were in
wrote about.
religious studies.
Yeah, this is a religious studies course.
Jazzy is the religion.
Dog backwards is God, and I stand by that.
I built a fort for school on Tuesday. That was weird. We just built a fort in the woods for 2 hours, and that was the whole thing.
Nice.
That's fucking dope.
It was
coulda-
nice,
you,
yeah.
you go to Wes Anderson school. You go to Sam Shakusky school.
Basically.
You're like, hey, you have to stand in really straight lines though, and probably be white.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, I don't know.
That's classic Wes Anderson.
They just tell me where to go.
If anyone's interested in an update, I'm leaning towards not going back to university this week.
Nice.
the Luis University meter. Where are we at? What's our
Leaning
Like-
towards
like-
no.
like if overhears no one overhears absolutely? Where are we at on
Every morning I
meter?
check Wordle in my Luis University meter.
Eric.
Such a yell. Eric.
There is.
How's it going?
Sorry for being late.
No worries.
Welcome. That's all good. That's all good. It's like a hot tub. You can never be too late.
Would you like to
What?
introduce?
Have you guys putting out enough chlorine?
Would you like to introduce yourself to the public at large?
All right.
There's a question involved though. You
Yeah.
have to express what utensil you are, at least for this week.
What utensil
kitchen utensil?
am I
yeah.
feeling like this week? My name's Eric. I like music and I just don't know how to express it. I just love it so much. And my
You did a real one.
utensil.
Yeah. Finally, someone actually knows what an introduction is.
My utensil this week, probably like a potato masher.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to do that
Great
on the live
utensil.
stream, guys. Because it just is really satisfying to use, and it's like Thursday, it's the end of my week, and I'm really satisfied. It's all over, and I really like mashing potatoes with that thing. So
I don't know why,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I'm legitimately like impressed with that choice. I feel like I admire you a little bit more because of that choice.
who said like fork?
Oz said fork.
Mind you, though,
It
it's
is like-
fluid. It's for the week.
It's
I
a
might
text-
change my mind later.
Yeah.
True.
Next week you could be. I don't know. I worked at a kitchen store. I don't know kitchen utensils.
Okay, so
I'm
here's my
surrounded by
question.
them.
Say your week is like an ice cream scooper. What kind of
Okay.
week was that? How was that week?
I feel like that's when you have like a lot of ups and downs, but in the end, pretty solid.
But you're also taking your time as well. Like, you know what the process is, and you need to understand that it's going to take some time for that to like fully, work its function. It might be too cold. You might need to like
Absolutely.
use some running hot water. I don't know.
But in the end, it's
Might
gonna
need
be
to
creamy
microwave
and
the ice
delicious.
cream like a fucking maniac, but it's for the greater good.
I can't eat ice cream.
I think these should replace horoscopes.
Yes.
I mean, listen, I love horoscopes, but mine is horrifying. So I don't.
Why is yours horrifying?
Just my big three. My big three is a bad collection. I'm a Scorpio Sun, Leo Moon, Gemini Rising.
I don't know what that means.
It's a
It's not
lot.
good.
So you're
It's a-
screwed.
It means I'll die by 30, guaranteed.
It's the same every week. It just says that over and over and over.
One day closer. Co-star just updates me with a ticking timer.
Co-star scares me.
One time my co-star thing was it just said it doesn't help you to be sad. Fuck you, co-star. What the fuck was that for? Jesus, okay.
It's just mean.
God. god.
This isn't to like end this, but I'm wondering what the transition period is. Like, when do we talk about work?
We can talk about work,
Okay,
but just work in terms of public, being okay with it being in
Public.
public,
okay,
basically.
okay.
Let's talk about the embezzlement we're doing.
Yeah.
The embezzlement you're doing on the record.
You know me.
Only Peter has
Imp-
admitted guilt.
Oh.
I just want to be clear.
I emailed Beacon Hill people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Very exciting about the COVID updates.
That's huge.
We're all
Mm.
clear.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
We could still we should still try to make it as comfortable for people
Yeah.
as
Oh,
possible.
totally.
But yeah,
100%.
just keep that in mind.
Oh yeah, wait. I was gonna mention this. So the guy reached out today about
There's a guy named like a guy named Guy.
yeah, a guy named Guy reached out
The
today
fella
about,
named Guy.
about writing like a retrospective piece for Sub Club.
Hmm.
So I told him that I would direct anybody interested in providing their experience, maybe doing an interview with them, to his email. That goes for potentially people who are just listening now. So I'm going to read the email out loud because that's an efficient way of doing it.
Yep.
But if anybody wants to talk to Guy about
Bit of
Sub
Guy
Club,
talk, you know.
get together a little article commemorating it.
It'd be an article or like a video.
I think it's an article. I mean, we could do a video because we have talked about potentially doing that, but that depends on interest. Personally, we're not in Victoria. That's like a video isn't something that I would be involved with. But this is a good start. If Guy is collecting stories and stuff, maybe we could have him even just record the interviews that he does, and he can write his article, but we can keep the recordings. Maybe we'll talk to Guy. I gave him the meeting link, and he might come at some point. So, but if you want to email him, it's Guy.
Should we link this guy's email? Is that the plan? I feel like
Okay, well, if you want to, okay, no, sure, yeah, you're right.
We can
Fine.
edit this thing.
No, that I didn't read the whole thing. It's fine.
What's his
just DM
address?
just
That's
DM a name and
policy.
logo, and we'll connect you with Guy so that we can put together this cool retrospective.
Oh yeah.
It'd
It
be
might
cool
come
if, like, as far as like video too, you could like collect little clips of like different bands playing there and kind of like put it at the end of like the whole interview thing, and it could be some like nice little memory.
I have a bunch of footage from Sub Club. From I don't know what show. It was either the I think it was from the show we did there in September. That wasn't technically like a name and logo show, but like still footage of Sub Club, and also I think similar bands played. So
I think we should do an open call for people to send footage, pictures,
Right.
stories, posters.
I know Steve and
memories.
Rob probably have a huge archive of stuff as well.
oh yeah, for sure. I mean, based on the photos they sent us for the website, like
Yeah. So we'll say it here. If anybody wants to send that kind of stuff, I think a physical location at gmail.com is a good address for that. And we'll probably also make a post on a physical location Instagram for that. Yeah. And thank you to Guy for reigniting that thread of conversation.
thank you, Guy.
Thank you, Guy.
Praise Guy.
Praise Guy.
Praise Guy. This is our Praise Guy segment.
Oh god.
That's an awesome thing. Like, I think it like involves like a bit of like initiative and stuff from people, but like just these little write-ups and like highlights of like these little local endeavors. It's so cool, and it'd probably mean a lot to Steve, and just the people that have such good memories there. So like we could also figure out ways to do that, like more ways of doing that with other locations or
I
events and
completely
stuff.
agree. Like I think a lot of the time there's a lot of like scenes or sort of movements that kind of go unnoticed just because they're not documented that well. And like we have
Right.
these like the reason everyone's like, oh, New York in the 70s is because it was really well documented. Like there are other examples of incredible shit that just haven't had that like sort of archival attention. And so I think if we can do that locally, that's really dope.
and I think everybody's pretty well spoken here too. Like if because like I've done a couple for my friends where you just write ups on their releases and stuff, but at a certain point when it's like just you doing it for the same friend, it seems like
Right.
less like legit.
Yeah.
I took a class on writing for the arts, and though it was very bad, I do have that is a handy skill to have. Everyone wants to know how to write a specific thing for a newspaper, a dead medium. Um, I'm there for you.
At a very basic level, we should say, if you want to write about your friends and send us an article you made about someone you just know, we'll share that shit. And videos, like let's document what's happening around town. Anybody can do that, really. And it's a good place to start because you're right. Like it's the archival nature that really makes things kind of last. It's not like they deserved more attention. It's that they got more attention.
Yeah.
You know. So let's pay some attention.
Oh, woo,
The
God.
visual gag for the visual.
For the visual gag segment.
Ear.
We should
Good
get a slide
transitions.
whistle.
We should do all transitions.
Oh wait, hold on, wait, hold on.
We should actually get a slide whistle for official transition.
That was amazing. That was the highlight of my life.
Sorry, I had to get my horn.
Okay.
Yeah. Apart from that, I think a good goal for us should be to do one show a month.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
So like I know we're working on establishing some relationships with venues. So I think maybe we should approach conversations with that in mind and just tell them like just kind of inquire not about one show, but about like a
More consistent.
relationship.
Yeah.
Because maybe we'll even get better prices that way.
They get bundles and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it depends too. Like, I mean, I've been talking with the VEC a little bit about shows and stuff, and they're pretty nice to interact with, and they seem like they kind of have their heads in the right place as far as, especially how they're doing their financials right now is really like artist beneficial. So that might be interesting to pursue. And I know it's a lot, they tend to have a lot of weekday slots that stay just open. So that might be one thing.
I think a weekday slot would be okay. Do we feel a lot of hesitation towards that?
I don't think so. It's like less competition between other events and stuff going on.
What kind of spaces do they have? They have a few different spaces, right?
No, it's one big one, and then they do like a happy hour thing, but I didn't have the greatest experience doing that. So,
and like also we could look at like kind of realistic, smaller things too, like more intimate kind of shows, like ones that are more about just people testing out their new stuff.
Yeah,
like getting a feel for playing again, I guess. And I kind of appreciate those like small, intimate venues better.
as numbers are going down, it might be worth doing like some sort of post where we reach out and just say like, hey, if you're interested in doing like a house show at your place, but aren't sure about how to do that, because I know I have a lot of friends in like big share houses that love that sort of thing, but haven't like booked before, and like are like stressed out by rightfully so by the notion of having a bunch of strangers in their house. But if we can provide like a safety net and sort of like a clear course of action, and then see who would be willing to provide like an intimate space like that, I think that's definitely like a attainable means to doing. Because exactly, like same as you, Eric, like I love those more like intimate shows. Those are some of like my favorite memories of music. So
Do you remember that house show we went to like years and years ago? And they had like the keg there, and Jet had brought up a bunch of old Milwaukee, and this and this was when Eve was in town. Do you remember that?
I think so. Who was playing?
I don't remember. That's the best I got. It was like I think it was in like Fernwood, which also doesn't really narrow it down in terms of house shows. But like
Well, you're just saying it was a great time?
I'm just saying it was a good time, but also like I don't know. Are they still doing house shows?
Yeah, it's funny. I think like that was already sort of, at least to me, seemed like it was already sort of dwindling in Vic, and then COVID sort of like
Right.
sniped a lot of the last stuff. But I think we're definitely going to see like a backswing of that now that everyone's excited to be doing that again. So
I mean, the thing about house shows, I'm not like, I don't have any hesitations in terms of like legality or noise complaints, but I do think it's important that all our events are safe.
yeah,
Right, totally, yeah.
for
And
sure.
particularly with some basements, like that shit seems really
Oh
sketchy.
yeah, fucking like
Yeah.
like that house on Graham Street.
Yeah, so
If someone lit a match in there, thousands would die. You couldn't fit thousands in there, but they would.
but at the same time, all you really have to do is lower capacity. So if we're talking about
Right.
small shows, we could be talking about very small shows, if there's interest for that.
Mhm.
And those could even go on acoustically in apartments, maybe.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
At someone's work after they close, you know.
And you could film it or something, so that like if more people want to see, like not necessarily like live stream or something, but make a cool video out of it.
Yeah, no, I don't know if you guys have seen the Blog Tech videos. It's like this French collective, and when artists come through their town, they'll do it's a lot of like, not all acoustic, but most of it's acoustic, and they'll just film really, really intimate live shows in like weird little public spaces or like people's apartments, stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, exact same sort of thing where it's like these little tiny shows and then like a really cool sort of document that is later uploaded of that.
Yeah, I was thinking like the George Stroumboulopoulos or whatever, that show. Same idea.
Hell yeah.
I really like that idea. So to execute that, what we need is some sort of mobile equipment setup that could be reliable.
Mhm.
Some sort of video setup, someone to run the video,
Mhm.
and then just people to donate spaces around town for small intimate shows. Which I think is pretty attainable in terms of.
Especially we can be like, oh, if you host a show, we can like get you a t-shirt or this and that. Like there can be like perks and stuff other
Yeah.
than just being like, thanks.
A t-shirt to patch the new hole in their wall.
Exactly.
One of us will personally punch a hole in your wall. We'll be the ones to get it out of the way.
No, we should be clear that
No one's getting
respect is the name of the game.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
seriously.
exactly. So we're gonna punch your wall out of
With so
respect.
much respect.
with so much respect.
I respect you so much.
It's a status symbol. It's what it
It
is.
is. We can sign it afterwards too.
Nice.
You can sell that on eBay for thousands.
Gotta make sure that there's no copycats though.
Well,
I was
exactly.
playing a gig in Vancouver, and it was like beforehand. We were like running around the venue, and then we noticed this like really big hole in the wall covered by a sheet, but like knee height, and we crawled through it. And like I think someone had just been living in there,
Nice.
like between.
Jesus.
Oh yeah.
Which is part of the
Free
venue.
shows.
That's how you know venue's good.
That's how you know it's a good venue.
What else? What else? Yeah, another idea we could do, maybe help. We're gonna be trying to book as many artists as we can for different shows and stuff, but also it'd be cool to collect like a public list with artists and their contact information in case anybody else wants to book them,
Yeah,
and just have like a
that
browsable
little address book.
address book
I like that.
that we could
Little
just share.
Rolodex vibe.
That'd be awesome. That's a great idea.
So, well, we can also make a post about that. What did I do? My notes are all over the
That'd be
place.
cool. And maybe just like have a link to like their music or something.
Yeah.
Like Bandcamp link or something.
And we can maybe add some personality to it. Like it doesn't have to just be like names and emails. Like we can have some sort of form that is
They bite.
illustrates some sort of personality.
Yeah, it could be like each person gets a slide, and then you like flip through it, and it's like alphabetical, and they can like populate. Either people could make, maybe we could even like send the document, be like, hey, you get this page, populate it however you want with your contact information /art,
I love that.
and everyone has their own little world that they can make in the confines of that. That like they can embed video if they want.
That's a great idea. Just like a
Like a
poker
postcard
page.
book,
Almost
but
like
online.
I like that a lot. Yeah, we'll send out a I'm dying. I think I'm dying.
I'll grab the
Yeah, we'll post about that to see if anybody wants to add their information. I think we should start pretty realistic names and emails, but we can
built up.
Right.
build up as we go.
Yeah, that makes sense. Little list, little fun list.
So just to confirm, it was a resounding no on the general ketchup idea, right?
I mean, no, I like the general ketchup, but
If I had a hat,
we see each other every week. That's
I'm only doing it if you have a hat.
okay, I'll
only
get a
if you have a
hat.
hat. Yeah, only if you wear the general's hat. Yeah.
Okay, I'll get a
As
hat.
an anarchist collective, it's important that we have an authority figure.
Yeah, with the military structure. most
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
You're really oppressive vibe.
The only thing I respect is a man in uniform.
Yeah, we've got to give each other like meaningless titles that are like
I call
military.
Archbishop. I call
Yeah,
Archbishop.
exactly.
Yeah, Peter the Archbishop.
I love meaningless titles. Those are my favorite. I love fucking shit and like formal debates. Have you ever seen like a formal debate? Like the shit they
Fortunately,
do,
no.
like they do when they want to do like a counterpoint, they'll do like stuff like this. Like
Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
One
it's so
time,
fun.
one time, my English teacher made me participate in the debate tournament, and I did not know the rules, and I was interrupted by the judges several times so that they could explain basic rules to me.
Well, that like I think the next year after that, Bradshaw asked us to like be a judge for it or just be like timers. And the thing was the debate tournament was called the Golden Gnome, I guess based off the statue, and so naturally we dressed up as gnomes. But it was like a very serious tournament. It was
You guys dressed up as a gnome?
Yeah, keeping time with like fake white beards.
yeah,
awesome.
that's where I got the red blazer. That's where I got the
Yeah,
red
what is
blazer
this?
from.
That's the time. You're running out of
It's the
time.
time, yeah. We're just gnomes though.
It's
really
also
fun.
very passive aggressive thing to do if someone's just talking for a little too long.
A man today was walking behind me and like very audibly singing like "You're out of touch, you're out of time," and it made me feel really self-conscious.
I have a problem. I'll be like when I'm going to school in the morning, I'll like sing to myself quietly, and usually it's when I think no one's around me. But there's like times where I'll like get through half of some like Death Cab, like real sad song, and notice some woman and her child is like 2 feet behind me at the stop in the morning. I'm like, that's weird. You didn't need to hear that. I'm sorry.
I've had a thing where people stand directly behind me at bus stops, and I don't like that. I don't like that.
Is it while you're getting on the bus? Because I think that's called a line.
Don't invalidate my feelings. They should stand up. Horizontal lines only. Stare through the window of the bus.
Perfect. Should I get into the Beacon Hill stuff, or is that like?
I mean, what's
How
that?
did you get a response?
It's nothing cool. Basically, I went to fill out the application. We need a pretty clear event description to be able to actually apply, but I did
Okay.
email the department responsible about who we were and wondering what their season of running events is, or if it's year round, or what that's about. So far, no response, but fingers crossed. But the capacity is like up to like 500 there, which
Oh
is
shit,
really cool.
that's fucking wild.
It's huge. Yeah, well, we'll see.
We'll see.
Haven't heard back from Swans, but we'll be fine. I feel like right now is a good time to be doing this though, because with the new restrictions, everybody's going to be. We should just hit up random cafes and shit, maybe.
Yeah.
What about Discovery Cafe?
No.
What about Discovery? We should hit those guys up.
There's
Wait,
spiral.
wait, what about it?
We got in really bad trouble with Discovery many years
Why?
ago. We were trying to
Oh.
we wanted to shoot something there, and there was a miscommunication, and we shot something there, and then the next day we came back to like finish, and like the manager was like, "Hey, so I emailed the people you said you talked to, and none of them have heard of you." It was was very stressful. But yeah,
What?
I got a very angry email.
It's fine.
It's fine. They don't remember us. That was years ago. All of them are
But yeah,
dead. I don't know.
I should say, if anybody's listened this long to this, you're invited to these.
Commendable.
If you're a little okay, so we have the Discord, right? And we've decided that to enter the Discord / the collective, all you need to do is just talk to someone one time, and that's enough, and you'll get in. You can come to these for that. If you don't want to be like in the video, you can come 15 minutes earlier, and I'll just talk to you, and then you can leave. Or we can set up a time to talk one-on-one with any of these fine people, and then we'll add you to the Discord. And welcome, right? Welcome already. This, right? Yeah.
If you're intimidated to come into the general meeting, no, you're not. You've seen what this is.
We
You've
need
seen
to
the
update
quality
the
of
website.
discussion.
We do need to update the website.
We need to update the website. That's probably.
We do, yes, that is very true. Let me get
I can
that
help.
open.
I feel like we can just have the page that is these videos, and then
Yeah.
that's it.
Well,
Not a page
yeah, we
with
basically had that
information.
before. I mean, like, that was pretty much just what we had before.
Yeah, I think as time goes on and we start like shows start popping up and there's more resources we provide, obviously we'll add. But I think right now we're just in the building stages. Just keep it simple.
So it'll just be these videos, and then a page with info.
Yeah, I
I'll
think we
write the
should probably
info.
update the. Yeah, we definitely need to update the like about page, because that is no longer accurate.
We talk about that in the B section.
Right, the B section, the B section. I was trying to do like a bee flying. Never mind.
It's B for business B.
B for profit. Gotta talk about
Like a little
profit
bee with a
bee.
bow tie on. That's another one of my characters that I'm pitching. For the second half, I'm gonna dress like a bee and be the business.
We should have a really big Halloween.
You had a costume for that, but not for general ketchup?
Yeah, what are we? Yeah, we gotta do like the costume changes each meeting.
I heard a rumor once that like, I mean, this is a completely irrelevant aside, but like Prince would have after parties for his shows, mostly just to like do like a bit where he would quick change. So like you'd be talking to Prince, and then like someone would come with a drink, or you turn around and you turn back around, and Prince would be in an entirely different equally complex outfit.
Nice.
And he would do this like 15 times throughout the night.
That's so fucking dope.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
That is so sick. Oh my god. That's the end goal. That's the end goal. I
And
the most
apparently
time-
people would be like, "Whoa, that was crazy," but I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a pretty good Prince.
Good Prince.
Well done. Good, you're a good little Prince.
Okay, other segments to pitch. What about like a little book club situation going on in the background?
I fuck with the book club. I also like the album thing. I think you and I talked about.
Oh yeah,
talking about
album a week.
Album a week. We talk about albums.
So each
Album.
week somebody recommends an album, and then next week we talk
Sounds
about it,
fun.
and somebody else takes a turn. Yeah.
I'm into that. I don't know if I can confidently keep up with a book club because
Let's do the albums. The albums is
Cool.
way more realistic.
albums is realistic.
Does anybody want to pitch an album this week for the general public to listen to?
Is it like a local thing or everything or mix?
anything?
I feel like to
We can
maybe
do anything, but like maybe like
Yeah.
favor local,
slightly weighed towards local.
slightly locally weighted.
Talk about Yacht Rock by Winona Forever because that's all I listened to when I was 16.
Okay, that's that
Classic.
Let's make that this week's.
Sure.
Yacht Rock by Winona Forever? Okay. Available on Bandcamp. But not on Spotify, which is really upsetting. But also Spotify's bad. Like, but also, I mean, what else are you gonna fucking use? You know?
Apple Music, Tidal, Amazon Music, Bandcamp, SoundCloud,
YouTube
But who uses those?
People who like
Nima, do you personally vow to get Tidal?
No.
God, fucking Tidal. I can't believe it's still around.
People use it. People like Tidal.
It's better for artists, for sure.
Bandcamp's the best, just to be clear.
Bandcamp's great.
Bandcamp is the best for artists. Absolutely. Highly recommend Bandcamp. As a service, it's good.
Official cosign.
They got it.
So go to Bandcamp and listen to Yacht Rock by Winona Forever.
Or
Commit,
else.
Commit.
Make commitments.
So
I
are
feel
we
like-
are we talking about this next meeting, or are we like writing about it? Okay, cool.
You have 200 words for next
Yeah,
week.
right?
APA, please. Just kidding. MLA is superior.
I don't even cite. I just take the hit on the grades.
You just take the plagiarism.
I just take the hit.
You've been officially kicked out of school so many times.
Honestly, there's something to be said for just taking the hit. It's a really good strategy.
Yeah,
you
like
know?
strategically
100%.
placed blows.
Like really think about the consequences, and you're allowed to decide to accept them.
It's like the crumple on a car. Like how they're
Right,
designed to
exactly.
like crumple.
It's the Mike Wilson rule. If it's worth under 5 to 10% of your grade, then it's totally ignorable. You don't have to look at it.
I agree.
You don't even have to do it, especially if it's worth 5. You can lose that 5.
You don't need 5.
You can lose that 5. You can take 5.
This is the academic advice section of the podcast.
Academic. Are you writing these down? I want these to happen every single segment. My academic advice is if you're in a group project, you have to dominate. Okay, be the authority. You have to tell everyone how it is. Just kidding.
Here's genuine advice. If you're in a group project, decide what you're gonna do and then state it immediately. And then no one's gonna tell you to do anything else. You just do what you decided you wanted to do.
Yeah. My technique throughout the years has been just like quietly do my part and then get really stressed out, and then that's most of it. It's a 2-part.
I relate to it, except the doing my part.
I have always been like the fucking like doing everybody else's work for them in group projects.
Are you guys
That's
good
always been my
students? I know Luis and Peter, but Eric and Oz, are you guys like good academics? Because I'm terrible.
That's debatable. Like it depends what part you're asking. Is it like the interaction with the professors? Is it like
Right.
the actual assignments, the readings, etc.? So I feel like there should be like different categories.
Right. Fair enough.
So with that answer, the answer is yes.
And I'm good at every category.
Because I'm like across the board terrible.
That's okay. Honestly, C's get degrees, A, and B, I mean, it's school. I don't know.
Oh, are you
So-
just asking in regards to the grading? Is that what you
Yeah,
mean by a
just
good
like-
student?
I don't know. You feel good at it
As an identity.
as an identity. Are you
Are
like
you
a
a
school?
good
Are you like
student?
I'm a good student? Or are you like
Oh,
See
I
the
don't-
report card.
What
Ooh.
did you do now?
Oh shoot.
They're breaking up the collective.
I just swatted Eric.
This is the portion of the podcast where we swat.
That'd actually be really entertaining. You'd probably get so many more members.
Every week. You think they can't possibly do it this week?
Every meeting we play SWAT roulette.
Nice. We're coming up on 45 minutes here, which is what we
Wow.
said would be the length of the recorded and shared component.
Like,
So thanks for listening. If people did,
yeah.
we'll be here every week.
Whether you like it or not.
There you go.
Every podcast I've ever been a part
DM
of.
us to join in. Go to our website, which will be updated shortly. Love you, right?
Sure.
Is that fair to say?
Sure.
Sure.
I mean, I don't want to make people feel uncomfortable, but I'll be at your wedding and most likely be getting married to you.
Bye.
Uh